back to the course outline. So we did inserting cells, highlight data, copy paste. We did that, right? So
Yes.
we've copied stuff, pasted. Okay, so the last thing on here, we're going to select transpose. So let me just run through that real quickly. So let's go back to, let's take a new spreadsheet for this. So you guys did a good job on that spreadsheet, showing what you learned last week. So let's go to another spreadsheet here. And we're talking about transposing. So I'm copying across. These are the ingredients for this Wadadli Catering. They have a menu. They have a dish called Dukana, and they are going to go grocery shopping, but they don't have a shopping list yet. But you have the ingredients here listed because you listed the ingredients so that your buyers would know what's in this dish. So if they're allergic to sweet potato, they wouldn't buy that dish. So we're going to copy this. I selected the range, I right click and I say copy, right? I could have done Control C to copy, but when to paste, now I want to paste it here, but I don't want it to go across. I want to create a shopping list. So I'm going to click here, right click, and this is going to transpose it. So it's going to paste each cell down for me.
I didn't know that at all.
So we go to the next dish, we copy these ingredients, copy here, and I'm just gonna do that so that we can go through quicker. Copy here. And transpose all of that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm doing all of them on purpose. When you paste, transpose, right? When you paste, transpose. And I'm doing this on purpose because onions, okay. So ginger, all right. So we're gonna copy this and transpose.
I'm sure there's an easier way to do it.
There is, but we'll get to that. We're gonna do this also. Right? All right, so we have a list here. And the next thing that we need to learn is that you're going to have some duplicates. So you don't want to have onions on your list here. And somewhere else there's onions again here. You don't want to have onion on your list twice. So what we're going to do is to find duplicates, right? So you select your range where you want to look for duplicates. You're going to do conditional formatting. Boom. And you're going to do highlight cell rules, right? And then duplicate values. So you want to highlight any cells that are duplicates, right? This is just finding duplicates. So you're going to highlight duplicate values, and you're going to use the standard format. This standard formatting says I'm going to make it pink, and the word is going to be reddish, right? And I'm going to say, okay, and these are all my duplicates, right? So if I have onions twice, if I were to take out onion and I'm going to delete, move the cells up, boom. Onions is no longer a duplicate.
It's still there.
Well, yeah, but this is, hold on, let me do something here.
And
I didn't enter it. What's wrong with this? I have my caps lock on, that's why. So now, if it's because it was not all caps, I think there's a way to say it don't match case, right? But now I have that again, but if I take this one out, then it's no longer duplicate. Does that make sense? So let me undo twice. And then there's another thing that we can use to remove duplicates. So let's do that. In this row, in this column, we're going to go into data, remove duplicates. Continue with the, so it says, do you want to expand? Because if I had a row of data behind that and I'm removing that, it would want to remove the rest of the data. But in this case, it's only in one column. I don't need any more data. So I'm going to say continue with the current selection. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to say remove duplicates in that column. Okay. 6 duplicates were found and removed. 26 unique values remain. That's it.
What was the other way you had removed the duplicates? I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's conditional formatting. And what I did was, let me just remove it. 1 second. Right here. It's under the home, conditional formatting.
Oh, okay.
Highlight cell rules. So it's going to highlight with a special color, duplicate values.
Okay, okay.
And it says light red, whatever, but we could make it green, right? You're just telling it put that color, but the standard, the default is light red. You say okay, and then you see where your duplicates are.
Okay.
Right? To remove duplicates, you're not under the home tab menu. You will be under the data menu.
Data.
Right?
Okay.
You go to data, remove duplicates. I'm going to say continue with current selection. Okay, and say yes, remove duplicates in column I. That's it.
Okay.
Right. Now, if I were to copy this, let me insert some cells here. So I'm going to select about 5 or 6 cells because I need some more space to go down. Insert, and it inserts that many cells. So the number of rows that I selected, it inserts that many, right? So if I were to copy this, right? And I'm just going to drag that down. It's going to make another copy of that. Now I have this highlighted. If I were to say remove duplicates, it would give me an option to remove all the data that goes with it. Does that make sense?
I'm not sure I get that.
Okay.
You have it highlighted.
So when we had just a list in one column, it removed that, but the duplicate value is going to be based on Fungi on the dish, right?
Okay, I got you.
Right. So based on the dish, if that dish is duplicated, we want to delete that whole row of data. So
the dish plus the ingredients.
right. So where are you
Okay.
looking for your duplicates? You are looking in column A. So let's uncheck these.
Why only A?
Because you're going to remove duplicates based on I have fungi already, I have dukkha already. Let's see if it's going to take out the ingredients for each of those. So let's say, okay, boom. It took out not only just the item in column A, but the stuff that went with it. And that is because you highlighted the whole range.
Okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, but I have to practice on that.
Yeah, but let me undo it. What if you were just, okay, let's say, okay, undo that. What if you only selected this and said remove duplicates?
Would only remove duplicates from column A.
It would ask you, do you want to expand the selection? You see that? So when you say expand the selection and remove duplicates, it goes all over there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And it gives you again all the different cells it's going to use to do that. Am I making sense? Diane, did I lose you?
No.
All right. So we highlight data, we did select transpose. Okay, we did count. Okay, we're going to just do this one quickly. So this is done. Select data, count sum average, data tab, text to columns, fill data. All right. All right. So text to columns. So we have some names here, right? I'm going to copy that and I'm going to just paste it right here. But I don't want first name, last name in the same column because I have first name and last name here.
Mhm.
So I need to split this data and make it the last name go into column B. So I have it selected already. I'm going to go under data. And I'm going to select text to columns. So the text that I have here, I want to break it into columns. So when I hit text to columns, it's going to ask me some questions. So it says this is delimited. So what is there something you're going to use to break the data into columns? Yes, it is. So I said, yes, delimited, just go next. What are you going to use to break the data? We're not using a tab because we don't have any tabs in the data. We're going to use a space. Because so wherever you find the space, you're going to break the data there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it shows you what the result is going to be. And then you hit next. That looks good to me. And I'm going to finish. Okay. So now you have your names, first name, last name broken out. So what I did was I selected the data that it has first name, last name together. I went to data, the data tab, and I selected text to column. And so you're going to take the text and make it into columns using some delimiter. Now it could have been last name, comma, first name, right? You would have used the comma as a delimiter instead of the space if there was no space in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So now we want to go back and concatenate, put the data back together, but in the way we want it. So first name, last name. So for this one, we're going to do a function called concatenate. Now I've showed you how to put equal sign. So I could have done equal concat, and that would have brought up the function there. But let's do it another way. That's one way of doing it. And then you would put in the cell and so on. But now we're going to go on the formulas. And because concatenate is a text formula, we choose the text menu right here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go under the text functions, and there's so many of them, but we're going to choose concatenate, and it gives us a template.
Hold on. So concatenate is a text formula.
A text function, yeah.
I have a question. When, before you did the text formula button and you were putting in the formula in the cell with the equal and concat, there was the equals concat and an equals concatenate. Is there a difference?
I forgot the difference. It's a similar function, but I think there's a little extra that you get when you use the function concatenate. Let me look it up and I'll let you guys know next week. But it does the same thing, but there's a little extra that you get out of it. I will look it up and get for you guys. So we're going to concatenate, and we want it to be first name, last name. So it's going to be first name here, A19. Do you want a space in it? If you want a space, you know, you put in quotes, space, quotes. If you can't just put a space because it sees no data when you have just a space. But if you put it in quotes, it knows, okay, the data between the quotes is what I'm going to put. So that's your space. And then you're going to put the last name, and you're going to say, and it shows you at the bottom here what it's going to look like.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
One more time, just for good measure. We
Yes,
want to
please.
concatenate Joanne and Juan and Jones. So we're going to go to formulas. It's a text function. Concatenate is a text function. And we're going to choose concat, and we're going to get our template. What do you want to concatenate? The first text I want is this here. Yep.
So go 820.
Then I need a space. So I'm going to put it in quotes. And then I need the last name. And it says Juan Jones. And then you say, okay. That's it.
Okay, one second. So when you got to the template,
Mhm.
and so you clicked on Joanne,
Mhm.
and then you drop down to another line. How did you get to the other line? You just do
Oh,
that.
it's automatic. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Real quick. Text concatenate.
Mm-hmm.
I selected the first name,
Mm-hmm.
Diane, and then
Mhm.
automatically the next box came up, right? You always get start
Oh.
with 2 boxes because you can't concatenate just one thing. It's joining 2 things. That's what
Okay.
concatenate is. So
Okay.
you start with 2, and then once you click in that box, it gives you the next one, right? So you always have a box left over. I'm going to put the space, and then I'm going to choose the second name. Oh, sorry. My mistake. And I put it here is the last name of that person. And I say, okay, right? If I just want to continue that formula down, I just drag it down.
Mhm.
Boom. Or I can copy it down.
So you can also do like first name. I'm
But
sorry,
that's what I
last
want you to
name.
do right here. Last name, comma, first name. So I'm going to give you the board.
I was just asking a question.
Starting in the cell right there, I-19.
Me?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to concat, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to do
You can move your box over so you can see. Yeah. So what do you want first?
so I want the last name, Smith, and then I go here and I want a space, right?
A
Hold on. Oh,
space.
you want a comma. So I'm going to put that, comma, and then that.
Ah!
And then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to put Mrs. Smith, the first name, Agnes. And then, oh, but I need a space.
Okay,
let me
so
go back up
go into your
here.
quotes.
And
Ah.
then I'm going to give it a space, and then that, and then I'm going
Look
to
at
say,
your
okay.
result. Yeah. Look at that. Easy
And then I'm
stuff,
going
right?
to drag it.
You can drag it down to fill in all the other names.
The dragger like to don't drag.
You'll get used to it as you continue using Excel.
Are you using a mouse or the keypad?
I'm using a mouse.
Oh, it's easy with the mouse. Yeah.
You can
Okay.
also copy and paste. You can copy the one cell, highlight all the others and paste. It'll paste the formula. One last thing I need to show you when you did the concatenate is that if you click into the cell, you see the formula in the formula bar at the top here,
Yeah.
right? If you didn't want people to see your formulas, if you didn't want your customer, you're doing something by Excel, you don't want your customers to know what you did, what you can do is copy this. I'm going to just copy, and you're going to right click paste values only. Boom. When you do that, it copies it and it pastes just the words, but not the formulas. So if you click there, you would not see. Does that make sense?
Do that again, please.
A mistake. You're going to copy the whole thing. You have all your thing in there already. You're going to copy the whole thing and you're going to paste only values. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Or you can have a function that returns only the value of what's in that cell. But when we get to functions next week, we're going to have that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good. Select data, average, sum. Oh, one last thing I got to show you. If you were to select a group of data like this, at the bottom, you get average, you get count, you get sum. So if you wanted to sum that data, you would, if you just click here, sum of selected cells, you collect it into the clipboard and you could paste it here. I use Control V to paste it there, right? But notice this is not a formula. This is just a value.
Okay.
right? So if you want something that you would like to be able to copy over, you all of them is not 594. So you know what you're doing when you do that. If you only want the value, you can copy it from down here. But if you want a formula, you
have to
would
put
go
a form.
into auto sum.
Mhm.
Once you have that formula, you see it's a formula in here, then you
Okay.
pull it across.
Okay.
But if you copied it from the bottom, you are only copying the value, not the formula.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Last thing. Somebody's going to work on this worksheet.
That's the last one.
Agnes, do all of these steps in 5 minutes or less, and then
What's
we're
that?
done.
What steps?
Everything in M is what you're supposed to
Change
do.
last name Wednesday to Walker by double clicking.
Where Wednesday? There, we can't even see. What she said?
Change last name Wednesday. That is in
A5.
G
A5.
A or A5.
This is how it's supposed to look when the formatting is done, but we're not going into all that formatting. We just want
I
to
don't
do
have
this stuff.
access. I don't have
Oh, 1 second.
And some water.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to change. Oops.
Change last name to Wednesday.
Who's last? I'm changing Wednesday's last name.
You're going to double click to change Wednesday to Walker. Nope, you're dragging. I see you dragging.
I'm not dragging. I'm trying to double click this damn thing.
But you have to double click on Wednesday.
Mommy, just use one hand.
I thought I had to do.
You don't have to drag, just double click.
I'm not dragging anything.
Can you double click? Boom. I wanted to show you that a lot of the times, instead of clicking and dragging, all you have to do is double click if you're only looking for one word. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So change it to Walker, just overtype it with Walker.
Oops.
Okay.
But you could just go into the formula up there, and just delete and add it, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Yes, you
it
can.
comes up. Yeah. Okay.
You can edit up there too. All right, but I wanted you guys to know that if one word in a long sentence of things is that you need to just double click just Wednesday, right? If you only wanted to click on the word Friday, oh Lord, every time I move the mouse, Andrea moves the mouse.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Go
If
ahead.
you have a whole long cell here, if you wanted just to click on the word Friday, boom, double click. Then you're on Friday, you know?
Okay.
If one wrong word is in a thing, you can use that option to fix it. Or you could click here and then go up here. You can still double click it here to change it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna make this gray. Okay, double click at the end of Friday, hold the control backspace and make it bold.
Cleat.
Friday.
I cannot use this laptop. I am very.
Go ahead now, Andrea, double click on Friday.
Yeah, but I can't. First of all, the something gets small. Oh, sorry, we're recording.
Okay,
I'm
double
not
click
on
at the
Friday.
end of Friday.
Yeah.
Is it control or shift? I might have made a mistake. Okay, hold on your shift and backspace and your arrow key back.
Shift and backspace.
Oh, nope. Control. Go ahead. I wrote it back.
Command.
Double click here. Shift. No, control and backspace. Sorry.
Okay, try control.
Control.
Nothing's happening.
1 second. Let me see.
Your laptop is different.
Yeah.
Hold the control backspace.
Control button.
You gonna see right there?
Oh, it's control.
Control and what?
Okay, it is not working. This shortcut is not working here. Control shift backspace. That will select one word at a time. Control shift and backspace.
Yeah, but you can just go up there and backspace. Yeah.
But in this, it's only 2 words here. But when you're dealing with a whole lot of words, for example, if I wanted to do this, right? And I wanted to quickly select the words, I'd right? Or I could go,
Double click the whole cell.
but what if you only wanted these words?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I'm
Mhm.
showing you the option that you have. Control Shift Backspace will select one word at a time, right?
Okay.
Or triple click will select the whole thing. Did you see that?
Okay, yeah.
So triple click will select everything in that row. If you triple click, just like it's similar to clicking on a row like that.
Mhm.
Triple click does the same thing.
Mhm.
Will select everything in a particular cell,
Mhm.
right? So that's
Mm.
what we're doing. What else? Double click. So we did that. We showed you how you can select multiple words at a time. Format the data to look like the example to the right. We're going to
Yeah, let me
skip
do it.
that. You want to do
Actually-
that? Okay, go ahead, Anika.
I don't like laptops at all, especially these Apple ones.
Okay.
Nope.
Really?
There you go. Mhm.
Well, why is oh, okay.
It's done. Once you hit merge and center, you're done.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
But the whole cell, she said. Oh,
Nope.
Oh, shoot.
a little lighter down
No,
here.
it's this one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stop right there. I wanted to show you something. I created a style called topic style. I created that up here.
Oh, okay, I see.
You can click that and I'll,
Go ahead.
go ahead. If you wanted to create another style, you would click on this. Let's say you want to do question style. You would
Mhm.
right click here. Where's style? I can't find style right now, but if you go into styles here, you can create a new style. But I'll show you guys how to do that next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. 2 more minutes.
You're gonna format the cells?
Yeah.
Stop at 580
But why does it keep
right there, because you keep
Go
moving up.
down.
Yeah.
Go down. Okay, right there. Okay. So what I did was I used table styles. I made it a table.
so this?
You can do it that way, or you can insert table. And it'll give you all the different table form. Insert.
Oh.
Where the heck is
Over
this?
by the home.
You got to all insert table.
What-
Say okay. Boom. Easy stuff, right?
Yeah, but we gotta change the font.
Oh, because what happens is you didn't your header. You didn't select the row number 2.
Oh,
So it made the table like that. What I did was I created the table and then I made this topic style to match the
take
style.
out the header, Anika. Go from Agnes.
Go from name.
Oh, she has to go from name?
Yeah, she didn't select it before. Right there.
Oh.
Insert table. And it gives you the range for the table. And that's basically it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but we
Right.
want this to be
And then you have to do the
style?
average grade in the topic style.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, shit. What who
Uh,
had what's
Go
happening?
back. Okay. Go back to home. So this is table styles. You can change the table style with that. But if you go home, you see the actual text styles.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But the font is different in some of them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a question. I said, fix the fonts, Anika and Joanne. Did you see that?
No.
That's question number 5.
So how do we mimic this side?
Well, I would select another one that has the same formatting and use the format painter to fix it. Format painter is on the left.
Hmm.
And then go over Anika Tuesday. Boom. Let me try something. Hit Joanne Saturday and hit F4. Oh, you have a Mac. I'm not sure that's gonna work.
Wait.
Hit Joanne Saturday, one Saturday, and hit F4 on your computer, on your keyboard.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
Okay, so it didn't. So
That
just
means-
copy the formatting. F4 repeats the last action. Okay.
F4 repeat the last action.
Yeah. So what about this? 1 second, let me demonstrate. So we did this already. I'm gonna make that gray, right? That's done. If I go here and I hit F4, it also does that.
Oh, okay.
F4 again, and send to the topic line. We did that already. Boom.
Okay.
This
I
was a
have-
very, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm listening.
No, you're closing. No, I said I have to go.
Okay, this was a very good class. We will continue next week. Hopefully we can get to formulas and functions. Okay. Thank you for your time.